everyone. Welcome back to the Genetic Genius Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Lulu. And on this week's episode of the Genetic Genius Podcast, my guests, Regan Hillyer and Juanpa Barahona, discuss how to rewire the DNA using ancestral wisdom and quantum technology. Regan is a serial entrepreneur, philanthropist, energetic coach, and global speaker. She's the founder of Regan Hillyer International, a company dedicated to helping people have it all on their own terms in whatever way that looks like for them. Regan is the creator of the energetic architecture method, a unique manifestation modality that uses the quantum field to allow people to return to their natural state in every area of their life. Juanpa is a transformational leader, speaker, serial entrepreneur, energy master, and coach. He started his path of personal development, shamanism, and spirituality when he was 9 years old after a family health crisis. And from then on, he got obsessed with breaking free from all the limiting beliefs. Juanpa is the founder of Juanpa Global and the Conscious Living School, two companies dedicated to awakening humanity's full potential in every area of their life. He is the creator of the Quantum Flow Method, an embodiment technology that accelerates manifestation in the fastest way possible and brings humanity back to its natural state. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Genetic Genius Podcast. And I'm so thrilled to have Regan and Juanpa today as my guests because I just love them and you're going to fall in love with them too.
Yay, Dr. Lulu, we love you so much. We're so excited to be here and we're excited for this conversation that we get to have together.
So
Yay.
grateful to be here, inviting us.
Yeah.
We are here to serve and to share whatever needs to be shared today.
It's good to see you again.
Yes, it's so good to see you too, post the infusion retreat in Costa Rica, which I loved. Thanks for holding that space for all of us.
You're welcome.
Yes, we loved having you there. As we told you, the best doctor in the
World.
your vibe also because of what you know and what you share, but
Yes.
because of your vibe. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for being that. We honor you, respect you, and love you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you both. Today, we're going to be talking all about rewiring the DNA through ancestral wisdom and quantum technology, one of my favorite topics. But before we dive into that, because we're deep into the body, I'd love for you to each just introduce yourself, but also talk about a little bit about how your past kind of intertwined, because I think that's a really important part for our listeners to get to know you a little bit deeper.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, I guess my background was more so in mindset and psychology and that side of things. And then after we came together, I'd started fusing already into energetics and more the energy work. And then when we came together, it was like a big initiation for me into the more like shamanic realms and ancestral wisdom and pieces like that I hadn't really tapped into before we got together. So it is interesting actually, because I feel like on our individual journeys, we were both having the same conversation and helping people actually in a very similar way, but from a different perspective, from a different angle, right? And then from your side.
Totally. Yeah, I was fully submerged in healing since I was 9. And it's something that I had to do for my brother, my family, a huge family crisis. And I just got into it. But I went fully like from the spiritual side of it. And I was almost lacking like the other side, like the entrepreneurship, business kind of approach where we could have the balance between both energies. And when we met, it was the perfect match of, oh, thank you. We approached the same from different perspectives. And it was just so powerful for both of us because our work we were doing individually just 10x. And then the work that we did as a couple, it was just like so felt. Everyone receive it because of this, because we were like really vibrating together and fully supporting each other and fully there for each other.
I love that. Yeah, it's like both sides of the helix, like coming together and like fusing in that way. And the medicine and the history of both of your sides together, it makes this perfect like little match as they come together. I love it. Yes. Yeah, so good. And so today, as we're going to be diving in and talking about the DNA from a different kind of perspective, I think that is going to be really wonderful for the listeners. But I'd love for you to first talk about what's the concept of rewiring the DNA specifically, and what that means for the physical body and for the energetic body, because I think that's an important place for us to lay that groundwork.
Yeah, it's really important. Of course, it's the base of any energetic spiritual work you do. Really, when you analyze the DNA in the body and that only two strands of DNA are really working, the two strands that are reflecting the survival mode, the let me have what I need to eat, a shelter, be safe, and that's it. With that, I'm good. I don't need anything else. And this is what we've been wired into. Like, actually, our body, our nervous system is aligned to that. The whole inner work or inner alchemy, it's about how can we wake up our full potential, meaning the other strands that are there waiting for us to be aware of them and wake them up and opening them up and come back to our natural state.
Yeah, and our natural state, fully integrated, embodied, and activated human being. Because I think that some people feel that some people have some spiritual gifts, but you might say, oh, that person is psychic, but I'm not. That person is really good at reading energy, but I'm not. And we really believe that as humans, when you have your DNA fully activated, you also have access to all of your innate spiritual gifts through the energetic body, also through the mental and emotional and physical body. And so it's almost it's not about becoming something you're not, but it's about deeply returning back into the core essence and the truth of who you are in order to actually embody and be and live at the highest possible frequency with all the tools in your toolkit firing instead of just like of them, basically.
Yeah. Oh, that was great.
When you analyze the scientific studies, right, they call this junk DNA. They call it junk DNA. Oh, it's there for nothing. It's like, what? This like perfect constructed vessel machine, the most advanced technology that there is in this earth, you say there's something just junk, just being there because of nothing. Same as they said with the pineal gland at the beginning. Oh, that just helps you sleep. What? The pineal gland is everything. Your spiritual enlightenment. What are you talking about? So it's so good that now science has evolved and now they are actually seeing all of it. And now we're demystifying spirituality and seeing how important it actually is to wake up that dormant DNA. It's there. Junk. It's all able to come back to its natural state for us to function from that place of our birthright while we're here.
Yeah, it's like God, spirit, creator, divine consciousness, universe, whatever label you'd like to use, was like, oh, let's create consciousness experiencing itself. Let's create the universe and make everything absolutely in perfection. But we'll just have some junk DNA on the side because I don't know, there was extras. There was extras. So like they can just have these couple of strands and that's all they need. And then this is junk because I didn't know what to do with these extra bits. So I just shoved it in their DNA. No, that's not what happened.
Exactly.
Undoing that, we're demystifying that, we're coming into the divine remembrance of what's actually available to all of us.
Yes. Oh, I love that terminology too, Regan, that divine remembrance, like really tapping into, it's not junk. We just have to have the tools to activate it, to turn it on, and for us to remember who we truly are. I love that you said that too, because that's a huge piece, really activating that what's inside us, which is just like ready, like we're all so ready. And so that's a huge part of what you both do, is helping people to recognize that remembrance and then also to turn it on, right? To really activate it. And so a piece of what you both do too is that ancestral wisdom, which you mentioned earlier. What is that exactly? And how do you use that in your own daily practices? And then also to really help others shift their DNA and the genetic blueprint.
Yeah, so ancestral wisdom is what's been here on earth since we are here, right? It's like humanity's been here. And there's many philosophies and theories on when we started the life on earth and how it started. It doesn't really matter. What matters is like what resonates right now, what principles, universal principles from that ancestral wisdom are resonating, like what's pure and real stays and you can verify day by day. Because there's a lot of philosophy that were born from truth, but they were distorted. And they became traditions and culture, and they actually like, oh, you just need to do it like that. You need to pray in this way, you need to dress on that way, you can't do this and you can't do that. Okay, but why? Is there a reason? Can you explain? No, that's just the way it is. That's how Jesus said, or just what that's Buddha said. And okay, is that your interpretation of what the truth really? Because if it's truth, it still resonates. So for us, like ancestral wisdom is not only the philosophy, but what we can practice every day. Our connection with the earth, grounding, like touching, physically touching the earth, like not only feeling her and the love and the heart and the woo-woo. No, go take your shoes off, walk barefoot on the earth, and know that the right side of your brain, which is your intuition, is being fired and activated just by that. The second you touch your foot on the ground, you're activating that, you're calming your nervous system, you're receiving the frequencies from the earth, that the earth is constantly pulsating those frequencies from the center of the earth. They're being emanated all over the earth, but are we available to them? How we receive them, it's also like with our skin actually touching directly the earth, for example. So how much time do we offer ourselves and our connection in our purpose and our mission here on earth, this connection directly, like physical, energetical, mental, emotional, with Mother Earth, with planet Earth?
Yeah, and I think it's important, ancestral wisdom as well, to touch on the study and the science of epigenetics, right? Because scientists have gone in with a lot of curiosity and basically proven that emotional and energetic data is being found in people's DNA that is not theirs, but is from generations back from them. And they're currently back at least 7 generations back, which is very interesting. So when we start understanding the quantum field and quantum reality and how this works, and time and space and the time-space matrix, and we start realizing that we have access through the 0 point, if we collapse the wave function, to actually access time from the past and from the future at the same time. It's interesting, if we're able to recode our DNA, not only are we shifting and clearing at least 7 generations back, we're actually recoding 7 generations plus forward. So it's just an important piece to remember when we go into this work, and when we work, even if we're activating something like more confidence in our life and something that might be very personal to us in this DNA activation process. Wow, hang on, we're actually healing our ancestral lineage and actually providing healing and recalibration for generations to come. And you start realizing, like, whoa, this is so, it's a part of me, but it's so beyond me, because we're all one ultimately, and we're all connected ultimately, and nothing is disconnected. And we just start realizing the magnitude and the importance of this work that is like now actually being backed by science. Shamans have known this since forever, but now it's just really cool that the science is coming out and going, actually, this is happening.
Yes. Oh, those are 2 great pieces you brought in. Juanpa, I loved your earth connection, because I think so many people have that disconnect from their bodies, but also even from the earth. In naturopathic medicine, we call it air bathing, right? Where you're going out and feeling the air around you, feeling the sun, feeling the waves of air, feeling the ground underneath your feet. And we've lost that disconnect. So I love that you brought that into that healing piece of that, embodying really that whole aspect of our healing. And then Regan bringing in the background of our DNA, bringing it forward and into the future. And that's really the key piece, right? How are we going to set the template for everyone moving forward? And we're at this crux of how we're changing the planet, and doing that by being aware of the changes we have moving forward is just so profound.
Yes. And I was just giving an example with the earth, but as you're saying, there are 5 elements, and that has been like, since we've heard of our ancestry, it's been like always the connection with the elements. Are we with the water? But not only drinking the water, are we aware that the water has frequency, and what kind of frequency are we taking? We're 75% water at least. What kind of water are we drinking? Not only like full of chlorine and fluoride and whatever, but then is it modified to the frequency of our heart, because you can take that water and put it right in front of your heart and do a little sound right there and activate the water to be aligned to your heart for when you drink it. It goes right in and supports you on your purpose, supports you on your path. I like use all these elements in a way that they support us here and help us make this experience, the human experience, the soul experiencing this 3D in the most pleasant way, right? When we're in love with the elements and we're actually masters of our temples and masters of knowing how to work with the elementals and how to acknowledge them and be grateful for them and how to embody them and how to relate to them and how to listen and learn from them, because they're always teaching us when we're available, when we're present. Then you're talking to the fire. You're talking to the fire like from the sun, and you're asking the sun like to actually connect you with the fire from the mitochondria, with the fire, or with the fire in your nervous systems that's lighting up the biophotons in every cell of your being, right? Just to give examples, all the air when you're breathing, are you aware you're breathing air, but you're breathing energy? You're actually bringing cell of your being. Right? And can you become that element? Can you become that air? Can you become that water? Can you fire? So I would say like this work with the elements and really study them and listening to them is what we bring to our work. It's like that ancestral wisdom, but futuristic. We're not stuck in like, oh, just the traditions from the past, those ceremonies like that we've both done in Tantra and Toltecs and shamanism. I've been doing shamanism since 9 years old. There's ceremonies that take 8 hours to honor each thing. And it's like the shaman, you know, you're just sitting down, listening to it, and oh my God, and it's different right now. Like now there's ceremonies where we're all part of it. We're all connected. We're all listening. We're all channels. We're all there just doing the ceremony together, and there's a guide. But times have changed a lot, and now we're embodying that. Okay, how does it want to come through us and everyone around us?
I love what you said, Juanpa, about the elementals. And I think that part of our ancestral wisdom has been lost, buried. Maybe in some cultures it's still active, but just like here in the States, it's just people have no idea. And so that piece, and I love that about the infusion retreat that I participated in too, is that you brought all those things together. And I'd love for you to just describe like what one of those traditional like ancestral like herbal ceremonies was about, like, and the aspect of what the purpose is behind that, and really so people can understand a little bit about how we can activate that inner part of ourselves, really start to embody the medicine, really start to feel that energy coming through the earth, from the heavens, everything together, from the plants, from the fire to the music, like all of it together.
Absolutely. There's so much innate wisdom stored on our planet. And I think what most people don't realize is that absolutely everything that happens or is going to happen on this planet is recorded in the earth. So if we start there as our baseline and we start realizing that trees, plants, animals, us, all of it are all connected to that, there are some very special plants that have basically the coding of this innate wisdom that you're able to tap into, and they're here on this planet and available to us. And I'll never forget one of our beautiful shamanic teachers that we both work with said in Peru, she said, Regan, we never had books growing up. Like I live in the jungle. We didn't read books to learn about life. We used to eat and drink the plants, and we still eat and drink the plants, and the plants teach us what we need to remember. And I'll just never forget that wording. The plants teach us what we need to remember, not the book shows us what we need to learn. And so that's really the premise of it. And then when these beautiful plants are brought into an intentional ceremonial space, you're working with everything from the energetics, from spirit. You're working with obviously the medicine and the plants themselves. You're working with the deep layers of the lineage and the ancestry that you're also tapping into. And from our experience, medicinal plants can be used in a way to really help you remember who you are. And that's the core of it. And a big part of that is activating the DNA, because like we talked about in the beginning, when a human has their DNA fully activated and online, they are in their purest divinity, of they're embodying the highest frequency of their own divinity, basically. And they're highly conscious that they are God, universe, spirit creator, experiencing itself through consciousness in a human body. And what we've seen, you don't have to be working with these plants in order to get from A to B, but it's a great accelerator if it's in front of you, if it's aligned in your path. And if you're doing it responsibly and intentionally and with the correct guidance and lineage and people that really care and have done the work and are born into that and know what they're doing, it's an extremely powerful tool.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, so true. And I think that having that guidance is really important. And I like that you had brought that piece into the ceremonial aspect, because you want to have the person that's holding the space. And that's one thing about both of you that is so dear to my heart, is the holding of the space. It's so important when you're having this experience, changing your body, changing your DNA, shifting or turning it on. You want to have the support, because you don't know exactly, you're not in your body, but you're in it. So you want to be able to have that support system really to help guide you. And that's really key. And then the other part that you use is the quantum technology piece. So let's bring that in and talk about how that works, because that's to me, that's like the wave of the future, right? It's like we're bringing in the ancestral wisdom, the plant medicine, all the elements, and then boom, we have this amazing technology, which is coming forth, that people that are so brilliant that are creating. So how does that work together? Then talk about maybe how that works, and how you, maybe your favorite piece, so people can understand, like a favorite thing maybe you use in your daily life. So be like, oh yeah, because what does that mean? People don't even know what quantum technology is.
Yeah. Absolutely. Quantum technology in our world is basically technology that's been downloaded from the future in order to support the ascension of humanity. And I would say also that quantum technology also has its challenges and its shadows, just as we talked about with the ancestral wisdom. It also has its challenges and its shadows. So in the ancestral side of things, we can see, like Juanpa mentioned, some people being stuck too much in the tradition, too much in the like, it's this way because it is, and it just is. And what we've seen with technology is actually people going too far into that realm and then disconnecting from things like nature, from things like the plant medicine, from things like beautiful, powerful ancestral traditions that are really powerful and work. And we see this actually a lot in the biohacking world, where people are like, the piece of technology is my answer to everything, and it's hang on. There's also the tree that has something to tell you. You should go sit next to it and not take any technology with you. So it's us, this beautiful fusion of drawing on these powerful pieces of ancestral wisdom that really work, combining that with these pieces of quantum technology to utilize all of this as an accelerator to activate the DNA faster, to ascend faster. And yeah, that's my summary on that.
Yeah, I love it. That's why we mix it. Because, for example, if your nervous system is in survival mode, right? Which is, let's say, 99% of humanity's nervous system.
Yeah, exactly.
We are stressing, we have to go here, we have to push, we have to manifest. We're very in a place of fight or flight mode. That's how they taught us. That's how it's normal. So the first thing we do, it's okay, let's reset our nervous system. Because if your nervous system is still in that fight or flight mode, it's not in a receivership mode. It's always looking for, let me protect myself, what's going to happen? So you can put all the technology you want, and it'll help you, because it'll help you like balance a little bit the nervous system, calm down a little bit, and work on your vagus nerve and work on your parasympathetic nervous system. And it's amazing. But if we work at the beginning and go right in there and open it up and release it and allow the nervous system and the whole body to feel safe, to be open and receive everything that's available. And that's the work we do with quantum flow, with the breath and the movement and the activations and energetic architecture, with all the rewiring and all the energetics. Of course, once the nervous system is ready, okay, now let's go lie down and receive the frequencies that are available. So your body is a sponge, right? And after you've received, there's a moment you can feel the glass to a certain point, but when it's full, that's it. You can't keep applying. The technologies, many people do that and they think, okay, now more, now give me more. And they think because they have the money or they have the technology, the more the better. No, you actually can overwhelm the nervous system. So you've got to be very careful when it's enough. And as you saw, we would break out from the technologies. Let's just go ground. Let's do some work on the waterfall. Now it's time to breathe. Now let's just lie down. Now let's do a little bit of, let's this tea, let's take this potion, let's take this superfood. Everything complements each other because that's how you're building it up. We're a complex interdimensional being. You can't just treat us in one way because that's when you hit the wall. So in order to like really create the results that you want, for example, in 7 days, like when you do the retreat, right? In the fastest way possible, but that it's sustainable, we gotta approach it in all these ways to actually biohack the nervous system, which means accelerate the way that what would take 6 months can happen in 1 week, but without overwhelming it. With the wisdom of how it works and how it opens and allowing it to unfold, open like a flower, because that's what happens. It really happens. You allow it to happen. If you put all the right dosages of everything we're combining here together, they complement really well. But it's important to, as Regan was saying, coming out of our ego, of our mind, this is the way, and because this is a $1 million machine, I'm just going to be there and I'm going to be enlightened by this machine. Yeah. Okay, good luck. If it was that easy that money could buy enlightenment, good luck there. You're lost in a labyrinth right there.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. And to answer the question, one of the pieces of tech that we love and we travel with actually is this very simple little disc, and you can actually code specific frequencies into water, teas, tinctures, potions, and we're doing this all the time. And this is a really beautiful example. Like our ancestors also did this, and they would, Juanpa said, they would take the water and they would put it in their heart and they would use sound to activate the water and code it with specific frequencies, and they would drink it. And so it's just a even more complex and faster tech way to get the same result. But then what if you combine the two? Like your water gets even better.
That's right. Yes.
And you can feel it actually. You can just use the technology. But that's why I was, before talking about the technology, we gotta know how to use it and how to mix it so you make the best out of it. Because if not, it's just a machine sending this vibration to the water. And how does it get to the vibration of where I'm at right now? Like today, in that second that I'm drinking the water, and what's required for me to elevate my vibration a little higher, right? When you bring that consciousness, like the water becomes your medicine, right? And especially when it's been amplified by that technology. But that's the beauty of nowadays, we can use all this that's available for us to accelerate and go deeply into our purpose. Very important to use all these technologies because as we're seeing it ourselves and with our clients, that energy coming to the earth and what's happening on earth right now, it's so intense. It can get so challenging that if we are not upgrading ourselves constantly, we're gonna go crazy. The emotions are too high, or the thoughts get overwhelming, or just life gets very challenging because we're out of alignment to what's really going on in the planet right now. And that's why now more than ever, we gotta be like constantly aligning to the energy. When you like study the Schumann frequency, which is the energy coming from the earth, it used to be 7, 8 for 2,000 years, like the same frequency for 2,000 years. The last 10 years, it has been coming. Now it's been gone all the way up to 120 some days, and then going back to 8 again to 2. So if our nervous systems are not ready for this through all these technologies, that's when we like get lost and we don't understand what's going on, and the mind goes crazy because we put a story to what's going on and we personalize it and we think it's something we did or it's something that's going to happen, and whatever pattern that we are carrying in our nervous system will interpret that situation instead of stepping back and saying, oh, okay, yeah, things are intense right now. Let me just breathe. Let me just not put a tag on anything and just allow it to flow through me. And all I can do is upgrade myself so I can be in alignment to the energies that are here right now.
Yeah, so important to have that piece of knowledge and understanding that our earth is shifting underneath us within every moment, and using that futuristic in the moment technology, right? That quantum technology to help us to elevate to that same vibration of the earth. And then using all the other things, like you mentioned, the water, the herbal medicine, the vibrations, everything together. And I think that what you said too about the piece of, it's not just one thing. Our body changes every moment. It needs something different when we listen to it. So when we have all the different things around us that we're able to access, get into the DNA, get into the cells to really start to open them up, then we can see that shift, be in alignment, elevate us, but also be in alignment, not be stuck and be like, oh my gosh, what's happening to me?
Yes.
Yes, so key. The one piece too that I really liked about the quantum technology that I'd love for you to share too is how it opens the brain. So we're talking about the DNA, but what about like the neural pathways and that actual cellular function like in the body? Because I think people don't know, maybe they don't feel their DNA shifting. Yeah, that's a big awareness, but you can feel a change in your brain when you're using a piece of technology that's changing those brain waves. So I'd love for you to talk a little bit about that too.
Totally. The nervous system fires and wires in a certain way. Every time we have something that happens, whatever that is, a situation, we can call it a micro trauma, and we're traumatized in that way. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I did something wrong. Oh, I always mess it up. Oh, whatever that came because of something my dad said or my mom said, or whatever the core situation, it doesn't really matter when that was, but it's set there. And it becomes like a crystal in the nervous system. It's gonna affect the brain, it's gonna affect the nervous system. At the beginning, you don't see anything or notice anything. It's just, and that's what starts creating the personality. Because then you know that every time, oh, you do a little error or something that you didn't write, oh, I always mess it up. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I can't do that. And you start firing and wiring the nervous system in the same way until you're just, oh, I'm just a good for nothing. Oh, I'm just like, I'm not good for that. I just can't do that. It's okay. You don't even try it anymore. You don't even, because that's just the way it is. You assume it and it becomes your personality, your personal reality. That's in your brain and it's in your nervous system. So even though we can see it and we can identify it, sometimes it's so hard to come out of it because it's so wired in our nervous system. It's so normal. How can we come out of it if I just naturally react to that? Exactly. It's a little harder. So this is when technology comes in and helps you shift, for example, those brainwaves. When you're like in full beta brainwave of like analysis and judgment and like
computer,
a really like a vibration actually away from love, like away from the present moment of being, which is the alpha. So the meditation of just, oh, the beauty of just being, when you are just like doing something you love and you're not thinking about time, you're not thinking about being good or not, you just do it because it feels good. And you're just there like lost in time. And when we start feeding that alpha brainwave constantly, and we start incorporating affirmations with that and breath work and energetic architecture and everything that we do to amplify it, then the nervous system, what starts to happen is like that synapses in the nervous system, they start opening space. Those circuits that were so connected and almost like you can't even move them, they're like, right, fully wired like that.
Yes.
They start losing it up until they're more flexible. They become malleable. And in that malleability, and technology starts flowing through and opening, making them more valuable. In that malleability is when, okay, you connect with your intention, you connect with affirmation, you connect with energy, you connect with your inner truth, the connection from your soul, your purpose, your mission, your vision, all of it, then it's easier to bring that to the body, to the nervous system, to the brain, and remind the brain and the body that is your natural state. That you're here to live in abundance, that you're here to have the best relationship ever, that you're here to live the best life ever, because that's your natural state. So time, it's a lot of rewiring, yes, but the technology, what it does, it really accelerates the process. That could take ages, do it faster.
Someone listening, like, okay, well, that's good if someone's traumatized, but I don't know if I'm traumatized. I don't know if I have these micro traumas. And just know that we all have these micro traumas. Like, even if you're like a little girl or a little boy and you're at school and you're waiting for your mom to come and pick you up, and she's like running late and she's half an hour late, and you're sitting there outside the school, and all of a sudden you're like, oh no, my mom's not coming, or she doesn't love me, or like, now I'm alone. Like, that can then transpire into your entire life. And all of a sudden you're in a relationship and you're like, this person doesn't love me, or like, now he's gonna leave me, or now I'm alone, or whatever it is. Linked from like micro traumas that often we can't even access through the conscious mind, because we're not like, oh, it was when I was 6 and I was like traumatized on a Tuesday afternoon because my mom didn't show up. Like, it's so small. It's recorded in the nervous system to the point where the mind almost doesn't even remember. But when you start working through the brainwaves in this way, this is where we start clearing these pieces out, allowing for a clear channel for the energy to flow, instead of one clogged with all of these like tiny little micro traumas, which accumulate into a lot of trauma.
Yeah, so important. And that's great. I love that combination of you talking about how the body can make these little micro traumas in the system that we're not aware of because they're so micro. And sometimes we even block them out because they could be so traumatic that in that timeline, they're like, I really can't address that because it was so traumatic. But then it builds up over time. And then, like you said, Juanpa, that brainwave then meets it. That's our new normal. We're like, okay, this is how I meet every situation. And until we come to that rewiring place, our body doesn't even have the ability to heal because we're so into that, like you said, that clogged state. It's so tight in the body. We're not able to be in that flow to really help the energy move through.
Yeah, we call it a blind spot. You can't even see it. Like, it's there, but you can't see. It's like that mirror there when there's a car there in that space where you don't see the car coming. It's not there. It is there, but no, you can't see. It's the same. This is how we have survived, because if we would see all the traumas and we would be conscious of all the micro traumas of everything, with the teachers, with the friends, with our first heartbreak, with our life, right? Like, we'll be destroyed. It's gonna be too much. You can't
be crying. Oh my God.
Every day.
Like, the way we survive, in the way we continue, and okay, it's a new day, let's keep going until the burden becomes so heavy. That's when you have depression, because now you're stuck on the past. But even if you have depression, like what happens, and we talk about this all the time, is like the Pandora box, right? The Pandora box that's like always closed. It's there. You're good. Oh, everything's good. My life is perfect. Yes. No, I'm good. I didn't feel that. No, I'm perfect. Everything's perfect. And all of a sudden, especially in an intimate relationship, something triggers you and the Pandora box explodes. Boom. Because you, da, 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 da. No, it's you, da, da. And that's when the drama happens, right? The drama is coming from the wounded ego that is living the story from the past, that you can hold it, you can put it under the pillow for a while, but sooner or later it's going to explode. And it's not going to explode in the most pleasant way.
No.
It's going to actually create some, like a atomic bomb out there, and it's gonna create a lot of wounds around you, with your partner, with your children, with whatever. Is not gonna support. It's not gonna be constructive at all. It's a destructive behavior.
Exactly. And this is why so many people are living from this flight or fight, like scarcity, contractive state of beingness. And you see it in their nervous system. They walk around, they're like, yeah, everything's fine, I just need to get to the next thing. And like, contracted like this. You can't be in contraction and expansion at the same time. So if you want to be in abundance, if you want opportunity to flow to you, if you want more money, love, whatever it is you're calling in, you've got to be in an expanded state of receiving that energy from the universe. And you can't do that if your body and your nervous system is like this every single day. Like, it's just it's going to come to you, but you're not going to be able to hold it and embody it.
Yeah. And that's why so many people are constipated. But I have so many of my patients, they'll come in, I have a bowel movement like once a week. I'm like, what? And that's like just an example of that physical restriction. You're just like so tight that you can't even receive the water, the food, to let things flow out of you. And I think that people don't realize how restricted they are. They think that's the normal. So I think helping people to even understand that the restrictions even happening is so key. And the other piece too, so when we're bringing in, I'd love for you to talk about this piece, which I think is fun. When we're bringing in this new face of medicine. So what's your vision for what do you see of the new face, like shifting into the near future? For me, I'm like, I would love it to happen like super fast. But what do you see for the nearest future of our medicine, combining the quantum technology, the healers, like the real doctors like coming in? What does that look like in your vision?
I think it's pretty much everything we've talked about over this
That's
last
right.
episode.
Yes.
It's already happening. And honestly, it's people like you, Lulu, who are like, okay, cool. I'm a doctor. I've trained. I understand. I've got all these pieces. And I'm also playing in this other realm because I know it's not separate. And in fact, I know it's important and I know it's the accelerated pathway forward. So for us, it's literally this fusion, which is why this retreat was called Infusion. It's like you're living in the fusion of that reality, where it's not like one or the other of, okay, traditional medicine versus quantum shamanic solutions. There is a fusion where the two actually support each other. And we're excited about that. Again, we see people go either way. They're like too far in the box of this is the normal medical reality. And then there's other people that are honestly too far in the box of, no, we're anti all that. And this is the shamanic reality and the ancestral reality. And that's it. There's this fusion. And when these two worlds come together and learn from each other and utilize the resources that one has that the other one doesn't and fuse that together, like we're talking huge, massive waves of change on this planet. And it's really exciting.
I know
and it's
already happening.
It's happening right now.
I know.
It's embodied right now, and it's just getting better and better, more refined. But that's the beauty, like keeping the universal principles that are forever. You can't change that. It's how the universe works and plays and moves. Like it's the universal pulsation. That's not going to change. But how can we align to that, respect those principles and actually pulsate with them so we can come back to our natural state and actually align the technologies even more to that so they can accelerate that process of pulsation for us to come fast to our natural state.
Yeah, and that's why we were excited when you came to the retreat, Lulu. We were like, she's a doctor, she's a doctor. Yes, this is so good. And also we have another really close sister who's a resident at the Nest. So she's actually going to be living in Costa Rica, and same deal with Sophie. We're like, and she's a doctor. We're just like in such celebration of that when people like you are like fusing these two worlds, and it's not one or the other, and it's like really bringing it together because it's literally like 1 + 1 = 110. It's very cool.
It's so true. I love that. And I think that the old code that's breaking too is that the scientific mind can't hold the spiritual mind. And so the naturopathic doctor in some worlds was thought of, oh, if you're bringing in the spirituality, then you're like, quote unquote, like not a real doctor. I'm like, oh no, that's not how it works, because you have to combine. It's the whole body coming together. You have to have the physical, the spiritual, the emotional, the energetic all together, or we're leaving the massive part of healing out of the picture.
Yes,
absolutely.
It's the wholeness, right? Because really we're here to come back to wholeness. That's our natural state. That's that integrative medicine, is where you're integrating everything. Nothing's bad. It's just, okay, whatever works, wherever that's coming from, whatever works, you fuse that instead of, oh no, I'm just from the Western medicine, allopathic medicine, and that's it. All that is woo-woo. Oh, I'm just from the Eastern medicine and the energetic medicine, and oh my God, that's the worst. Everything related to the Western medicine. No, actually, both have so many gifts. Can we actually allow them to come together, support each other, and create like the best way, which is actually preventive medicine, if we go back to it, instead of trying to cure? There's nothing to cure. Let's align our style. So yes, instead of preventive medicine, so yes, instead of healing and just finding the cure for something, we go into preventive medicine, which is actually a lifestyle. You live that lifestyle that's actually supporting you in your eyes for you to be fully in health, fully in love, fully into your intuition, into your power, into your strength, into your abundance, into your energy, all of it. Why not?
It's the wholeness God, and it's also the wholeness with our DNA, right? It comes back to that initial conversation of all of us, all of these realms, all of our DNA stepping into
Yes. 12 strands of DNA, when
Mm-hmm.
you activate them, you are connected to your intuition. You are fully living your emotions. You're not neglecting them. You're actually using your emotions for creation and transformation instead of being used by your emotions. You're actually using your thoughts, connecting the unconscious mind to the conscious, to the supraconscious, or the God, the mind's God, right? The universal mind. The energy, it's not only in the body, like you're actually connected and pulsating with universal energy. Like all the layers of our being come from personal to universal. That's what really happens when you activate strands of DNA, because that's our
Yes.
natural state.
Yes.
Yeah, and when we have fusion between the two medical worlds and then this quantum reality and the Western world coming together, something really interesting happens. It's preventative and also it's empowering. No longer are there patients where people are like sick, requiring treatment from someone. Instead, we start rewriting this story where instead people are so empowered and living in their greatness and working towards wholeness and abundant health that the sickness doesn't even have a vibration to even enter the field. And so instead of this old loop of, I always have to go back and see the doctor and see the medical system, and I'm in this loop and I'm reliant on it basically. Instead, it's exiting out of that out of a closed loop system into an infinite system where someone's actually sovereign, empowered, and they go to the amazing doctor because they're like, hey, I'm ready for like that next upgrade. I want to update my DNA more. I'm ready to embody more light. I'm ready to be of more service. I want to manifest more money. And the doctor supports in that, but not from a place of trying to keep someone in this unhealthy loop where they're basically feeding off something that's not them.
Yes. Instead of giving their power away, we empower ourselves actually by listening. Oh, I have a little pain here. Oh my God, is this my heart? Let me call the doctor. Let me go see, because of course I'm gonna have a heart attack. The story comes in, oh my God, and it's okay, wait, there's a little thing here that's tingling. It's like deep, maybe it's like a needle kind of thing. Whoa, it's weird. Okay, let me breathe into it. Let me just see, okay, what my body's trying to tell me. What's going on? Instead of creating a drama, and all of a sudden it's just something, an emotion that you didn't allow yourself to feel, you didn't express, and kept it in, and it crystallized there to say something. It can be thoughts, it can be emotions, it can be something from the past, it can be something you're not listening, a next step you have available for you on your business, on your relationship, something there available already, and you're saying no to it. You're contracting, as Regan was saying. You're contracting so you can't expand. So your heart is telling you like, hey, are you going to keep contraction, or are you ready to expand even more? God is always telling us, but nobody taught us that our body is just a reflection of our life. So to these doctors like you that are actually giving the power back to the people, teaching us again that we can listen and that we have that direct connection with God, universe, source, our soul, that is here to talk to us in so many ways. Imagine if humanity will step up into this space and actually, as you were saying, look for doctors to, okay, I want to upgrade my life. I'm not even curing something. I'm ready. Next level, how can I upgrade my brain? Nervous system. Okay, come on, bring it on.
Right. Oh, yeah, totally. And yes, and I think that's the wave of the future of shifting that doorknob, or I can't think of what I want to say, shifting the reality. So people come in for that tune-up. They're like, I'm so empowered with my health that I can listen, like you're saying, Juanpa, listen to the body. And Regan, like being able to go to the doctor and feel empowered when you're in that space, and know that when you're there, you're going to be you're in charge of your health, and you're getting the guidance to move to that next level. It's not like you're going in. It's such a broken world that we're in right now with medicine. Oh, I have this, take this. I have this, take this. I have this, take this. And then people are they're not listening anymore. It's just they're think, oh yeah, if I take this, I'll be better. And then they just move on, and it suppresses their body's innate healing ability. That inner healer is just squashed. It's like under a big bus, like being rolled over and over again. And so we have to lift off the boulder ears and say, hey, yeah, you're under there. Let's activate you, empower you, listen. When you wake up, ask your body, what do I need today? What is going to be the place that will help me feel amazing today? Really start listening. And that is, I love that you both brought up those key pieces. So important.
And thank you for being such an embodiment of that. That's why we said you're the best doctor in the world. That's why. That's exactly why.
Yes.
Thank you. I would love for us to shift our gears because we've been talking about it a little bit, but I want to hit the manifestation piece. So it's a huge piece of what you both embody. And you have such an amazing toolbox for that, all things you do, like your amazing book right here, which I love. And I'd love for you, which is Activating Abundance. You couldn't see that very well because the light, but I'd love for you to talk about from the perspective of manifestation from health, because I think that is like the core foundation of manifestation and how we can tune in to that manifestation in regards to our health. And we've been talking about that through all the conversation today, but I don't think we like put in the words of manifestation exactly. But I think that's a really important place for people to understand that manifestation isn't just about money, right? It's not, it is a piece. Abundance is a piece, but I love that you embody the whole perspective of the manifestation piece.
Yeah, of course. And health really is true wealth at the end of the day. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. And that's why in the Activating Abundance book, it's the very first abundance code. It's health. We started there for a reason. And we're human also. Like even recently we were like whacked out and we had a sore throat and everything. And it's like, whoa, okay. If the physical body and the health isn't there, then everything else gets affected. It just does. So it's super, super important. And I think it's important for people to realize that they can manifest whatever they want and whatever they dream about with their health. And that's going to look different for everyone. Just as someone like use the reference of money may desire to manifest $1 million, or maybe they desire to manifest just an extra $1,000 right now. Well, it's the same with your health. You're in control of the energy you desire to have, the strength you desire to have, the level of immune health you desire to have. All of this is connected. What you want your body to look like, how you want it to function. If you want to be a marathon runner, if you don't, like it's all totally within your capacity to manifest whatever you desire with health. And so I think many people think their health just is what it is, or they put it down to, oh, it's my genes or my family, or oh, cancer runs in my family, so I might get cancer. Like all these stories we tell ourselves versus going, hang on, I'm a sovereign being and I actually choose that I get to manifest what I desire to manifest with health. And what's interesting with health in the body is that if you don't do this work, and if you don't define your levels of health and embody divine health and be very intentional with your manifesting, all manifestation, it defaults to your unconscious fears and structures around your health. And it's the same with money. If you're not intentional with your money, you default to your unconscious reality with money. And so this is why for many people, they're not intentional and they default to these health experiences that they don't desire. Anything going on within the physical body is a reflection of something that has happened energetically that is not resolved. And so when you start realizing this, you start realizing like, whoa, hang on, I have this thing in my body right now. What is that trying to tell me? What is there to learn from that? What can I unlock with that? Where did I not claim my power on that? Where did I not actually stand up and say, I am a full and complete embodiment of divine health. Here I am. And I guess it looked like this. And then, yeah, there's some work to do around that. But I think it's just important for people to remember in this piece that they have control over that.
Totally. And to remember that it's our natural state. We talk about this all the time, and with the course you're doing with us, with quantum healing, when you go deep into healing, we actually don't even believe in healing. There's nothing to heal when you analyze it. And this is crazy, okay? But the course is called quantum healing. What do you mean you don't believe? And it's a mentality, and it's okay. Let's go there. That's what people know of and we understand. But when you really analyze it, are you healing something, or are you actually bringing the body back to its natural state? Because its natural state of health, it's always been when you're in vibration, in attunement with the soul, your highest self, when you're living in purpose, when you're listening, when you're fully present, like you're fully healthy. You're there. Like you're powerful, you don't even get any virus or bacteria, we're full of bacteria, the ones that are really going to bring you down or affect you. It's so powerful when you're in that space. So if I'm not there, it's because something's out of alignment, right? We're saying, so let's bring it back to alignment. Let's bring it back to its natural state. No judgment, nothing to heal, nothing to cure, and like all these things I have to do, and all these doctors and all these exams and stuff I have to pay for. It's like thousands of dollars. That was it really required? It's really
exhausting too.
Was it like my fear of like, oh my God, I'm gonna die, my fear of death? And I'm not to look for medical advice, of course, but always knowing that the power is in me, and all I'm doing again is coming back to that natural state. Just with that shift of mindset, the whole health just becomes much easier, and it makes more sense that, oh, I just want to be healthy so I don't get the sickness, or I don't die, or it makes no sense. Come on, give me more depth on why. And when you see the whole picture, when you see it with wholeness, then it's even spiritual. You can even go in like, health is related fully to spirituality. It's related fully to abundance. It's related fully to relationships. There's no separation with all areas of our life, right? That's why in the abundance codes, you see each area of our life and how to bring it back to our natural state. That's really living in abundance. Money is one of them, but there's any areas that are important for us to really embody abundance.
Yeah, well, money is even one small part of wealth, actually, which is then one part of the rest of it. So it's like a tiny piece, actually.
Right. Yes, exactly. Oh, you two, I could talk to you for an eternity, I think, but I want to be conscious of both of our times. So let's wrap up some of our conversation today. So one, tell us about the next infusion retreat that I participated in and I absolutely loved. Tell us about when the next one is coming up, and how people can sign up and find out more information if they're like listening to this and like stoked about what's going to be happening to them if they go.
Yeah, of course. So the next infusion where we have places available is in January. It's around mid-Jan, basically. And yeah, it's a very small and high-level, beautiful, intimate group. So I think we have places for 8 people maximum, basically, if there are some couples that come. And yeah, this is really where we deep dive into everything we've been talking about, basically.
That's right.
With this conversation, right? The fusion of the ancestral wisdom with the quantum technology and bringing this in a really powerful way. So this is on our land in Costa Rica at the Nest. And you stay on site with us, you live with us, you eat with us, you breathe with us, you work with the technologies with us, you go deep with us, you sit in a teepee with us. It's very hands-on, it's very experiential, and it's very also custom. Every day we're feeling the group, we're feeling the individuals, we threw out our schedule on day 2 last time and got everything done at the end, but really in an intuitive flow around the group's energy and what feels good and supportive. Yeah, you can reach out to either of us on social media or on either of our website, send us a message. Definitely let us know that you came from this conversation, because we're going to know you're a certain type of person if you're connected with Dr. Lulu. So definitely do that. And then, yeah, we can step you through the application process on that.
Yes. Wonderful. And I'll put all of the links for that too, so people will know how to find the website and all that good stuff on social media. And then you have some amazing freebies that you are offering to our listeners too. You have the Activating Abundance 5-day challenge, which is a great one to get started off with your activation. And then also you have the free webinar on love, which is so good. And then also Awakening Your Intuition in Every Area of Your Life workshop. So those are all amazing. Do you have anything you want to say about any of those, or do we just want to let people explore?
Definitely just do them. They're all amazing.
Yes.
Do them.
Yes. I can attest. Yes. They're all great. Yeah. Okay, great. One last fun question for both of you, which I think I know the answer, but I think I'm going to pose it in a different way. So if you had limitless abundance right now, which I know both of you do, what's your next biggest impact plan? Like to change the planet, the face of the planet, the humanity and welfare and the health of our planet?
For me, it's really playing my role in upgrading the frequency of this planet, because everything we've talked about today, even the shifts and the exciting changes in the medical system, none of that comes from just throwing money at something. None of that comes from just praying about it, but all of it comes from a big wave of the shift of a collective consciousness that's upgrading on this planet.
Yes.
And if we can have more resources in order to be a part of impacting that wave to happen at a accelerated rate, because it's happening anyway, then I think we would sleep at night knowing that we've done good work on this planet.
Totally. Yes. And I would add to focus a lot on education and how to bring this to every human being, just to remember who we are. We forget, we get so lost in the 3D world. And yeah, make it in a way that people really value it and can commit to do the work, because it requires some work, some alchemy, and to come out of our personal stories and realize who we really are. So we're working on that in ways that we can share that with humanity, in ways that it's a win for all, and we can really come back to our power. The more we come back to our power as individuals, right, the more we will wake up as humanity and as planet Earth, because Earth is a spaceship. That we're all cells of this divine mother that we're in. And if we wake up, imagine what's going to happen. The Earth is going to become a sun. It's going to shine. That's where we're heading. So yeah, that's really where we focus every day. And yeah, we have many projects like related to that.
I love that, both of you. That's delicious. I can't wait to see what's happening right now. Our planet is shifting. And like you said, Regan, the more that we focus on raising the vibration, the more people are into that same train of thought, or that same place of thought. We're all as a collective with the same mission and moving the planet into that new place. Yeah. Thank you again both so much for being here today, sharing your time, your energy, your love with all the listeners. I just can't thank you enough.
You're so welcome. We love you so much. It's been an honor to hold this conversation, and thank you for holding such a beautiful container for it. You're amazing.
So grateful. Thank you, Mamita. We love you so much.
Love you.
Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Yes.
Amazing. Let's rock this world together and take it to the next level.
It's happening.
Yes, it's happening. Yes.